Hey, team on it. Yeah, this video is going to be much different today than normally. Not normally. Yeah, normally makes a lot of sense. I'm actually going to upload it when I'm done here. I know that's unthinkable. Usually I keep it in my file for about a week and then later on decide to not upload. So I'm going to do something fancy with it. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, what's there to talk about? Let's see. Oh, August 28th is patch 5.04. What is patch 5.04? It's not Mr. Pandera, but you're getting half of the expansion, is what I'm going to call it. You get half, and you get the other half on the day the game launches. It's because computers can't handle a full download. Even with the best computers, it takes about a week for the installation to be complete. With no other stuff on there, just a complete, clean, built from scratch computer. It takes about a week to get them down. If they don't crash, which this game, Mr. Pandera, does. It does happen. So they gotta split it off into two of them. Cataclysm didn't have that, but they didn't have new areas. People say Cataclysm had new areas. Really? Maelstrom and the Vashir is new? Or Tolbrad PvP place is new? Yeah, compared to the size of Pandera, I don't think so. Twilight Highlands was there long before that. Mount Hyjal was there before that. Heck, there was a raid instance, the battle for Mount Hyjal. Wow. Oh, you know what Blizzard should do? I think this would fix one of the cool story bugs. Make Hyjal a phased place. You know, when you just ding level 85 and you go into Mount Hyjal. Mount Hyjal, if you don't do any of the questing there, you just totally skip the questing, you will not see Cytheria's roast the same way level 85 who's doing dailies over there. You will not see the action. It's phased. You can't even get into the molten front because it's phased. Well, how about Blizzard do something like this? Once you reach the Cataclysm levels, which will be 80, Mount Hyjal is the present form of Cataclysm. So basically, I think from level 1 to 79, Mount Hyjal is a beautiful green place. No evidence of what Mount Hyjal looks like Cataclysm style. Make it phased. Make it a two-phase place. From 1 to 79, no evidence of whatsoever about Cataclysm, because at level 79, you're too busy with the Lich King storyline. When you reach level 80, game changes. You're phased into the Cataclysm stuff. Now it looks like there's a war brewing in Mount Hyjal. And then when you get to level 85 and you do all the questing over there, get close to being exalted with Mount Hyjal, and you do the questing, it phases into the Molten Front fight. And I think that would be an awesome way they can fix some of the storyline bugs. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you can tell me that you quest in every single zone, everything's repetitive, and the stories of the lore is awesome up until you reach Cataclysm. And then after that, it just focuses on one story. Heck, even in Northrend, you don't focus on the Lich King. But you know, the difference between the Lich King and Cataclysm, as I'm leveling up, I could care less about the Outlands, the most pathetic, boring place in the game. It is the worst. I hate dinging level 50, because I know when I get 10 levels, I reach levels 50, and when I get to 58, about 8 levels, that's all Outlands. I go strictly PvP, and I never come out of PvP until I reach level 68, when I get to do a Hero's Call to Northrend to fly up into Dalaran. And then get to level 70 to get my cold flyer, flying license. I do PvP until I reach level 70. I quested out on my one paladin in the Outlands. It was the most boring stories I've ever heard in my entire life. It was, there were many times I fell asleep flying, hitting the tab key. You can't go so far. It get killed. I found that out because I had fallen asleep. That's how boring the Outlands is. People who like the Burning Crusade and anyways, when I play Lich King, it has this feel that, like when I'm in, what's that forest? Shalazar Basin or something. You got this one snowy cap area. It's to the east of the flight path. Well, northeast, somewhere up in there. Anyways, you know, based on the music, that there's the Lich King. And Lich King's got his own place. It's not no portal that Cataclysm introduced with all the raids. Anyways, I'm jumping. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just talking about nothing. I came up with a prediction and someone told me that the prediction's already happened. Like, for example, when we kill Garrosh at the end of Mr. Pandera, instead of us killing him, Thrall bans him out of Azeroth. Or out of Clonmedor or the Outland or whatever. Anyways, Garrosh goes about his business. And during the Dragon Soul, or those HOTS, Hour of Twilight Dungeons, we had to go to the present, we had to go to the past, and we had to go to the future. There was one fight that really paid my attention, and that was a fight with Illidan when he was joining us. We had to disappear and run around in a circle as the legions were walking through the portals. And we see how Illidan decided to use the Well of Eternity to make us strong so we can defeat the one pit boss monster, which looks like the pit boss of the Outlands when you come out the portal and you come down. It's like we're fighting that guy. I made a comment. I'm like, what if Blizzard decided, they love to copy things. They said they're bringing back old bosses, old dungeons, everything old. They're revamping everything, bringing it back, making it like 2.0 or something. What if that, just like Star Trek, they go in the past, but the past gets changed? Illidan, during the fight in the Well of Eternity, decides that he's not ready to go or surrenders, but is captured in the realm of time. And the guy that helps him out is Garrosh. They both can relate to being disbanding, wanting revenge. And Garrosh becomes the leader, or one of the co-leaders of the Legion. And someone said, well, they already did that. Not to the extent that I'm calling out here. They enter the portals into the Blastlands. This would be the expansion after Mr. Pandera. This is just my stupid prediction. The first raid instance, I would say, would be right above the portal, or somewhere around that vicinity. Portals open up all around Azeroth. There's a portal right now that's in south of Elven Forest, but north of Strangleton Vow. Oh, what's that called? Darkshire? Oh, there's this big, huge circle thing. You go there when you do archaeology. It looks like the Dazriel or the Darnassus, the Night Elves of the Alliance. Looks like that place. There's like a portal-like thing there. Long time ago, there used to be a raid dragon that would show up there at random. Well, that's what my friend told me. Well, I did some research on that, and Blizzard said that they were going to reactivate that at a later expansion. I say it will be reactivated after Mr. Pandera, as part of the Azeroth invasion of the Legion. They didn't have this, because when I ding level 58 or level 60, I travel to the Outlands in space. The Legion lands on Azeroth. There is no Outlands at level 95. So you have several raid instances, portals, that take you into a keep or castle, and they invade Azeroth by taking command of lands. And we have to quest to invade those lands to take it back. Horde side as well as the Alliance side. And at the end of that expansion, King Vern needs help to defeat the Legion. So I think, this is just me, kicks way into the next expansion after the one after Mists of Pandaria, which I believe is going to be Emerald Dreams, which would make sense about the Legion and all that stuff. That King Vern goes to Northrend to get help by awakening the Lich King. Because if anyone paid attention to that video, he put that helmet on his head and it sealed him on that throne. I think King Vern will betray his own people because they make him out to be the goody-goody perfect guy. No. With all due respect, I think the Horde are good and the Alliance is evil. And not based on perspectives. I think King Vern is a dictator. That's what I think. We will see that as he awakens the Lich King. What I think they're going to do, something just tells me they're going to bring back the Lich King, but it's going to be not the same way. It's going to be totally different. Some people might say, well, that's not according to the lore. Hey, they got pandas. That's not according to the lore. Chris Metzen said himself that it was a prank. And the prank was so successful because the fans loved the prank, they decided to implement the prank and put it in World of Warcraft 3. They were thinking about putting them in the expansion, the Burning Crusade, but it didn't go over too well with the developers, I guess, with their little round table meeting thing. And that's what they came up with. So, that's just my prediction. Some people think they already did that. They did? When? Where? I didn't know that. Legion took over Azeroth? Because they're in the Outlands. That's outer space. That's a whole new dimension. I guess I'm on crack. I guess Garrosh did lead that, and I guess what I just predicted, which is mine, because Blizzard don't have anything else to add to the game anymore. Even though they got the Pandaria race, a lot of lore you can play with that, but I think Pandaria was more or less welcoming the Asian markets into the World of Warcraft subscriptions, like thanking them, doing a whole expansion just for that base of fans. Not for us United States or European fans. I think we've had our expansions. And I think the Pandarias is a way to welcome Korea, China, Japanese, all of them. By, hey, we're going to do a whole expansion just for you guys. But their storyline behind it, the pandas, they're stupid. They suck. Whole expansion just on pandas is pathetic. But the story behind it all, I think, is really worth it. So what I'm going to do, I can only buy one game. I can't buy Guild Wars and I cannot buy Mists of Pandaria at the same time. So I am going to purchase the World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria, play that, later time do Guild Wars 2. But until then, it's about the games. Having fun. Owning it. Gotta play the games. Gotta own it. It's in the games.